Alright, what's up everybody, it's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE NITE, which means of course some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining said Discord group, which you can do by clicking on... oh my goodness. Okay, well... so... maybe we'll jump to something that I was going to discuss in just a second. But we have, of course, for several weeks now, had some issues with Steam Remote Play. And I tried to do some things which hopefully we're going to fix that issue. And that may be the case. But, okay, this is a bit of a long story. I reinstalled Steam. That was my main thing that I did this time around to try to fix that issue. Hopefully, just by completely reinstalling Steam, we'll no longer have issues with remote play. However, in doing that, I also may have accidentally uninstalled my streaming software. So that was a nice little last-second surprise when I was about to start up the stream, only to realize that I did not have the streaming software installed. So, you know, there may be a few unexpected little twists and turns, little surprises here and there with things that I thought that I was going to have and be able to do, but you know, technically having only just reinstalled the streaming software a few minutes ago, you know, may not actually be here right now. Like, for example, typing into chat. Yeah, no, you know, apparently I won't be typing anything into chat today. That's fine. That's who needs it, right? Who needs it? We'll be okay. What's up, Core? Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the support. How you doing? Okay. Well. All right. So you know, if someone, theoretically speaking, were to type the word exclamation RITE Club in chat, then theoretically, I believe it would still pop up with the link to it, but you know, maybe not. Mobile. Oh, hold on. I do have my phone here. Let me see. This might be a workaround. That we could employ here. Let's see. Twitch on mobile. They say. App update available. I don't need that, right? We can dismiss that. Okay. Alright, theoretically... oh! Okay, theoretically, I do have it open now on mobile. I did see briefly a little error message pop up. It was so brief that I didn't have time to see what it said, but, out of curiosity, does this do anything? It does! Okay, we're on. We're on. We can do it on my phone, except my plug is not long enough to hold my phone and still have it charging simultaneously. So this is probably only gonna last for a few minutes, but we're gonna go for it. All right. And there's, you know, there's RITE Club, there's Discord, there are all the links that we theoretically might link to. But for those of you in chat, you of course can also, if you'd like, click on that red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan Stars are all fair game. But okay, let me jump into said Discord group. That should be unchanged. I did not accidentally uninstall and reinstall Discord, so that should still be okay. But the real test, the real question is, what happens when we start venturing into the realms of Steam Remote Play? What happens then? Also, side note, I'm pretty sure that when I uninstalled and reinstalled Steam, in doing so, I probably lost the mods in the process. I'm pretty sure those probably got uninstalled along with, you know, Pyre, because I did have to reinstall that when I when I uninstalled Steam. So we're probably gonna be going modless today, if I had to venture a guess. But we can, we can sort that out soon, if that is indeed the case. But is there anyone who would like to jump in here to get us started today? I'm pretty sure that it deleted them, but let me see. Do a quick look. I mean, I probably shouldn't be looking through all of my files right now, but let's see. You go there, Steam apps, common, Pyre, I could not tell you at a glance as to whether they're there or not. I mean, I can get to the folder. But alas. Okay, let's try this remote play thing. I hear that I hear that it's a bit of a dice roll, that whole remote play thing. But maybe now it can work in our favor. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure, that it started off, if you saw at the very beginning there, it would have been one of the never to returns, but it had some error message at the end of the song name. And now if I flip through, it won't let me go to the anything past Dirty Deal, so none of the modded stuff. So I'm pretty sure that means we're not gonna have anything mods-wise. But, fix one problem, and of course, others will, or wait, hopefully fix one problem, and of course others may arise, but we'll get there. We're getting there. Song was interesting. Okay. Well, Honor and Core, you two are here. Would you like to jump into the remote plays and see if we still have the curse of the message that blocks the middle 10 to 20% of the screen? Okay, let's try it. Okay, I don't like how immediately it's given me the whole remote play is stuck in the middle of the screen and I can't move it thing, because that was something that happened only when we started getting that bug with remote play. And the fact that it is still here even after having restarted Steam, or reinstalled Steam, is not a great sign. So maybe it's just correlation and not causation and all that stuff, but it's not an encouraging sign. Honor needs a re-invite. Okay. Try resending to Honor. Unplug my controller while I'm at it. Also, by reinstalling Steam, apparently I now once again have little pop-up updates in that bottom right corner whenever anyone starts playing a game, which is kind of obnoxious if I'm being honest, but resend to Core. Steam Remote Play is being Steam Remote Play. Some things, I'm afraid, never change. Nor needs one again. I thought I just heard the joining sound. Maybe that was from Core. Let's try for a Nor once again here.
I'm in.
Core is in. Core, do you have the...
I see it. Fine.
You see it just fine?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Before we celebrate. Honor, what about for you? Any pop-ups?
I'm okay.
You're okay? We've done it! Maybe, possibly. Knock on wood. Somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So, hopefully that means that we've actually truthfully fixed that problem. And as I said, that means, you know, I did not realize how many things that I was gonna mess with just reinstalling Steam, but I'll do things like get mods back and whatever other weird things like the pop-ups. I'll try to sort that stuff out soon, but hopefully that's a nice little bonus to actually be able to have players see the entire screen, because I know that was maybe a funny little gimmick for a little bit, but seemed like, you know, that was understandably something that may have grown a little tiring for the players, at least. But okay, so we have both people in. Let us know if there's anything we'd like to do from a request standpoint. Otherwise, we'll just have them take whatever they'd like to take. And, let me start entering in your information. Who is player 1 and who's player 2?
Player 1.
Core is player 1? Okay. And which triumvirates would you guys like to be? Well, Nor's starting with turn and customize off, so I suppose there is that. Alright, Core's going Pyre Hearts. Nor, you want to stick True Nightwings? Normal Nightwings?
Normal Nightwings. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
At this point in time. Yeah.
Oh, true. Assuming that we don't have the mods for that stuff, it probably doesn't matter. Good point. Okay, so let me just see. There are the Nightwings. There are the Pyre Hearts. There we go. Okay. Did we want Book of Rites, or did we just accidentally throw that on? I think that was an accidental one. So, okay. In that case, I think we're good to go here. Of course, we'll have customize off, so that means randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans won't even get to see those things in advance, just gonna get thrown straight into the action, but let's see it.
I bid you welcome, exiles. Welcome to the Isle of Kael'mer. You now have this chance to prove yourselves. Let us determine which of you is the superior. Higher hearts, stand prepared. Prepare yourselves.
Alright, so let's see. We have Core with a Crone, Nomad Savage, I think. Nor has Demon, Cur, and Worm. Of course, we will see what the details are. Apparently someone has Fairy Spirit. That might have been Lendl. Obviously, Lendl following up with a Lunge. The orb is still there. The Moondrop. Anor just got it with Dalbert. So momentary infinite stamina, though that's not enough for him to get through, although Lucky Break does bring him back quickly. Stowaway. She's cornered. And Core is defenseless here. So opportunity for Dalbert. He'll dive in for 20. Okay, he does not have the built-in prayer beads. Okay, it is Lendl who has the Fairy Spirit. And, okay, that is Anor who got the Moondrop, which is very significant for demons. It was a close race there, but with the help of that Moondrop, Jadariel makes it in for a 30 damage plunge. Imps blocking, well, both players, really. Anor gets the Moondrop, this time with Deluge. But Deluge is taken out before he can do anything with that. And Core, ooh. Not only does he get the orb back, he has a little bit of extra damage there from the talisman with the stowaway plunge. Core in possession here. There is still a Moondrop that remains unclaimed. Core doesn't need it for that throw, but the throw is short. Core does get the Moondrop now. Anor, oh, does have Stunning Claim. Okay. It was a little preemptive, though. Didn't really have an opportunity to capitalize on that with a Dalbert. Might have had the briefest of moments when he was the only exile able to move. Core snaking around. Just enough time to get the throw off, and it's slightly wide this time. Moondrop is back, and Anor wants to get that Moondrop with Jodariel. We saw how impactful that can be for demons earlier, but Core recovers it here. And recovers it with Udmilda. Lendl one side. Udmilda the other. Will it be all Lendl here, though, perhaps? No, it's back with Udmilda. That does seem like an awfully speedy Udmilda. Lendl brings back Udmilda, but it is Lendl. Oh no, Udmilda rather. 30 damage. And Anor holding on with 32. Udmilda, no prayer beads for her. So even if she is to come back, one score from her still would be insufficient. Oh, and the Imp blocks the throw from Anor, uncontested as it may have seemed. At least from Core, it was the Arena doing the defending that time. Lendl, very aggressive with his defense there. Does that mean there's extra room for Dalbert, though? No, because the Stowaway is still stationed over there. She's trying to bring back Lendl, and does, even after getting blocked. Stowaway, oh, and there's a good stunning claim from Anor. Defensive use case that time around. Don't see that as often. A little bit of time here for Jody. Is she quick enough to make it in, though? Knocks back the defender, passes it to a teammate, then receives it back in time to plunge for 30. And now Anor could finish this with one score, unless Core has some unexpected rekindling. Oh, and that was a well-timed stunning claim, but not quite enough time for Dalbert to get the winning score. Lendl again. Sneaky. Quick 8 damage throw. That is very significant, though, because now that means Core does have enough damage with either Udmilda. Oh, especially if he has Feral Curse. Core with the dramatic finish.
Or you could say they managed to avoid defeat.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
All right, no worries. Let us know in the meantime, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll turn Customize back on. That was, of course, a Customize off match. And some surprises with the Customize off at that. The Feral Curse. Actually, we had several salutes. The Feral Curse for Core. We had the Stunning Claim for Anor. And both players using those salutes to great effect. Of course, if we don't have anything in particular in mind for this next one, then we can just have the players take whatever they'd like. That works too. We did give Anor time to check to see if we were up to any funny business. No, nobody has 10 Pyre Life or 200 Pyre Life, no Titan Stars. Now Anor's just gonna do it, because why not? Bloodbird says, how's it going? Knights of the Sea. Okay, well, Anor's just gonna voluntarily switch herself to 10 Pyre Life, because she was expecting us to do that, and is disappointed that we didn't do it while she was gone. It wasn't, was it Anor, or was it Core? Or was it somebody else entirely? Was it the Curse of Steam Remote Play resurfacing? Interesting. Taking a new form this time. Alright, I suppose we'll bump Anor back up to 100. We'll even things back out. Oh, I forgot to turn Sermon Intro off. Oh well.
You are gathered at the pit of Melith. You have this opportunity to prove your worth. We soon shall see who is the most deserving. Pyre hearts, stand ready. Nightwing, stand ready. Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright, so no requests from chat affecting your team composition here. That much is up to you. Core will go with a quick throwing Manly. Double checking the scouting report. Settles on the extra Pyre life from a speedy Jody.
Volfred.
Then an exploding Volfred is the second choice there from Core. He might be up to something here. There may be potentially some exploitable gimmicks because, at least for today, we don't have any mods. You know, hopefully that's not what players are going to go out of their way to try to abuse, but you know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge if/when we get to it. But at least at the moment, it's double sap against double demon. Alright, it's a Webbed Lanthorn Messenger, so it is only 2 saps for Core, not a triple sap, which for a second there looked like might have been the direction he was trying to go in. And Nor also takes a Webbed Lanthorn Imp in her last spot. Okay. Core, starting things off with Manly here. Okay, I don't want to point fingers proactively here, but all I'm saying is that I am paying attention to what the players are doing. There may be something in particular.
I'm not trying to do that.
All I'm saying is that it looks a little suspicious.
That's not my intention.
We shall see. Actions speak louder than words, but at least at the moment, it is Nor thrown it in for 30. Core. Quick throw. There's one exploding sapling. Oh, and the sapling bouncing the cast back into Nor's face, banishing one of her demons, but Tridaro comes back just in time. Avoids that sapling by hopping over it. Oh, and well timed on the shield from Core there, otherwise that implosion might have banished his entire team. Jody. Ooh, can't quite make it through her portal in time. Ignarius has returned, though. And he has the speed. He's blocked, but makes it through. A crushing blow indeed. Tizo, he's just hovering there. Menacingly. Jody has that stamina. Oh, and looked for a second there like she might have been able to make it in on that jump, but was not able to do so. She's back now, though. Blocked. Banishes one defender, but gets banished in the process because that was an exploding Volfred. Jody returns. Through the portal she goes, but into the sapling she goes as well.
I didn't know it persisted for a round. Had it reset.
Get out, Tizo.
Jody plunging for 30 here. That drops Core down to 10. I don't recall how much rekindling he took, but he does, of course, have 2 saps. So there may be a significant second life bar for him. Ignarius blocks, but knocks back one defender. Oh, but once again, the exploding Volfred. Core trying to go through his own portal, but does not take him far. And now suddenly room for Manly, and he has the quick throwing talisman, so he'll get off that quick throw for 25.
No stuff.
What'd you say?
I said no style.
No style?
Manly chased down. Jody through the portal. Oh, and it's a pretty dangerous portal at that. She is, however, still banished. Tizo trying to cause some trouble here. And gets some banishment. Sets up a dangerous portal too. Jody's back at it, but falls into the saplings. Tizo will try again here. In case you guys didn't know, Core is currently playing Pyre. Oh, and Ignarius. The Numbing Gust activates. But that doesn't stop him from plunging here. It does trigger the rekindling, though, and it is 50 life on the second bar for Core. Messenger Imp. Banished. Creating a portal at about mid-arena. Jody. Infinite stamina. Knocks back the defenders, but a well-placed sapling is enough to stop her. Jody, however, back for some revenge. Has infinite stamina, but can't do anything with it with that Numbing Gust active. Core. Blocking the portal. Anor finds a way to get through, though. Knocks back some defenders, but does go down. Once again, it's that exploding Volfred. Frustrating Jodariel once again. Opportunity for Manly.
No law against throwing in the orb. Now go.
Jody. Blocked and banished. Back again with Manly. And he doesn't need to get far to get into throwing range like that. And suddenly, only a couple more of those. And that might be all that Core needs. Jody trying to cause some trouble here, but Manly still has it. And from that range, that throw might be unblockable, and in fact, it drops Anor down to just 10 Pyre life, so at this point, almost setting score from Core would finish the job. Whereas Anor would need, presumably, 2. Core, not quite quick enough with his Imp. Has a dangerous portal, though. As we were saying, doesn't take much for Core at this point. Nor through her portal with Jodariel. Lots of ores, though, around Core's Pyre with all those saplings. Core thinking about the portal, but so is Anor. Core goes through. Gets blocked, though, but now sets a portal directly on top of Anor's Pyre. Goes through the portal and instantly plunges for the win.
The scribes themselves surely have taken note.
GG.
The rite is done.
No style, says Honor.
Until the stars align.
No off-the-wall scores. I see. True. True. Alright, well. Let's reset ourselves, but let us know if there's anything we'd like to do for the next one. Wait, so does it reset in between rounds, or does it not?
No, I don't think it did.
Okay.
Looked like it kept up. I thought it did originally.
I thought that it did. I mean, it's been so long since it's been a factor, but yeah, I think I just assumed that it reset in between rounds. Okay, not seeing anything request-wise, so unless we have anything last second here, I think we'll jump back in. So let's do it.
The Pyre Hearts shall take on the Night Wings. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, so no requests at all for this one.
Oh my goodness. It's not empty glade.
Oh, true. True. This is an unmodded glade now, which means it will start to get much more crowded as the brambles will spawn once the players start scoring, which has not been the case for a while now. Oh, speaking of style, Honor goes the unconventional route, let's say, with that stowaway selection. A talisman that we tend not to see very often. Core keeps it simple, straightforward. Extra starting Pyre life on Snadra. Although, yeah, to be fair, of all the arenas to have your cast... Oh. Well, apparently Jodario was quicker than usual last time round in a customized off match, and she has a little bit of a hangover effect now. But yeah, so Honor's Stowaway's cast will bounce off barriers rather unpredictably, which usually is not something that players will look to do. But this is, especially since this is now an old school glade in which it will get very crowded once the brambles spawn in. It's one of the better places to do it. And being able to cast through all those brambles, not a bad idea either. It's true. It does, currently at least, look rather night-leggy, if you will. Was Jody as the final selection for core. Honor says she's going all in on the Night Wings plus legendary talismans. The other ones were the unconventional choices. Of course, if she is to stick with Volfred here, that would mean Nutrition Stick, which is something we see her use quite often on Volfred. So that one is comparatively much more straightforward. But here we go.
Now begin.
Okay, Stowaway, teleports, blocks, but banishes one defender, teleports back. Goes for the throw and fakes out the defender in the process. Snadra was flying in the opposite direction. Stowaway again. Once again, finds the gap here. Core does have a lot of extra starting Pyre life, though. Even after those 2 scores, still over 100. Even after these 3 scores, still over 100. But it has been all the Stowaway show thus far. However, after that plunge, she is now no longer in for this round, so that trend will not continue here. Jody plunging for 30 for Core here. And now that we have someone below 100 Pyre life, we do start to see those brambles spawn in. As we were saying before, usually we mod that out, but we are going modless today, and therefore, as the players start to score, the arena will get considerably more crowded. Stowaway. Banish before she can make it in there. Snadra. She's banished. And suddenly, Core's defenseless here. Anor. Opportunity here with Bertrude. That throw is unblockable, so it lands for the full 30. And old Core is looking to have that be a throw, but his momentum took him in for a plunge. So that means he is now without Gilman in this round. But he'll see if he can get the job done here with just Jodariel. She's blocked, though. Repeatedly at that. Does eventually banish the defender. Make that all of the defenders. Numbing Gust does activate here, but with the orb right next to the Pyre, Core still able to make it in with Jodariel. So, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. And at least in Jodariel's case, your efforts will pay off. Stowaway, though, as we were saying earlier, was very successful early on in this match. But now, as the arena has grown much smaller, the dynamic will change considerably, as there is much less space in which to maneuver. Okay, going for everything bouncing off the walls here. Stowaway, this time intercepted. Gilman. His throw looked like that was going to be short. Either way, though, he is banished. Bertrude in a race with Jodariel. Jodariel cuts Bertrude off and is banished. Stowaway deliberately just shoots a cast straight in front of her into the wall just to see how it'll bounce around. But hey, I mean, it did help her get that throw off, so if it works, it works. But down she goes here. Gilman against Volfred. Gilman blocked. Volfred banished, however. Gilman for 13, dropping an ore down to just 12 Pyre life. Now, did she take any rekindling on Volfred? Because I think we've seen Numbing Gust, so at most it would just be 10. Unless she took a... No, it's Night Legs, so she definitely doesn't have the 20 rekindling from RITE NITE. Jody brings back some friends, but she goes down. Stowaway. Against Gilman, who stalls long enough for Jodariel to return. Now she's on the attack, not for long though. Bertrude fakes one way, goes the other. Suddenly there's a big opening for her. Plunges for 30, and now Core is down to just 6 Pyre life. And at this point, just about any score for either player would likely do the trick, unless Anor does have 10 rekindling. We're about to find out, perhaps. That throw is unblockable. And there it is 10 rekindling. So now, one score for either player would surely do the trick in what is functionally a sudden death match. Core tries to speed in with Gilman, but that attempt is thwarted. Now the Stowaway for Anor. And Volfred. Not a lot of space here to outmaneuver the defenders. Might take some creativity, although here comes Volfred. He is banished. So that attack stopped. And now it's Bertrand. She has a lot of space here. Throw is unblockable, so it will seal the deal.
The Night Wings prevail. A victory so narrowly achieved, and thus more glorious.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
All right, is there anything we'd like to do for the next one? If so, then let us know. Otherwise, we can just have the players take whatever they'd like, and that, I believe, is what we did last time, wasn't it? Pretty sure. Dread design. Okay, so we'll have a song for this one. Anything else on top of that? Customize off once again. All right, randomize exiles, masteries, talismans. Let's do it.
The Pyre Hearts versus...
Okay, so let's see. It is that double nomad, or I think one of those might be a savage for core plus a cur. It is 1 sap and 2 crones for an ore. Gertrude, banished here. And that was at least 2 jumps for Dalbert, but I'm not sure if he has a third. Yeah, just 2. So both players experimenting a bit to see what masteries they have here. Snadra. Back to Dalbert. And Ulmer. So yes, it is a savage. Not a nomad in that last spot for core. Suddenly some space here for Udmilda. Oh, but not enough space to get the throw off. And yeah, so with just the double jump on Dalbert does mean he's actually fairly right-sided, including explosive temper. And a little bit of extra damage there on Ulmer's throw. And I just saw Blackheart. It is on Udmilda, I believe. It was customized off, so you knew there had to be a cursed talisman there somewhere. At least one. In fact, there might be more that we just haven't noticed yet. Oh, and is that a vital pounce on Udmilda as well? That's a very cursed Udmilda. There's the explosive temper once again. Yeah, there's your black heart that I was just talking about. Oh, and some huge banishments there. The Warband inadvertently hits Nora's Pyre, bounces it back out, which almost bought her enough time to get back one of her defenders. Oh, but does she have Stubborn Flame? She might. So it looked like Core maxed out at 5 damage there. Meaning that if Core is in the lead, he is dealing 10 less damage anytime he scores, which especially with lower damage exiles like Curs, that can be a pretty significant debuff. Oh, does have the Savage Salute with Ulmer. Extra speed. Speaking of speed, Anor has a Howler with Udmilda. Who is very quick for what it's worth, but cannot sprint or jump or throw. So still a little limited in what she can do with that Howler.
It was dangerously close.
All right, this time it is an infinite stamina Udmilda. Oh, not a Howler form, but immediately gets banished, so Nor cannot capitalize on that. Oh, passes it over to Volfred right as he gets banished. Oh, everyone gets banished. And Udmilda is back once again as a Howler. And so Core might have done Nor a favor by banishing her there.
The orb is up.
Bertrude. That... I might have seen something on one of Core's exiles for a second there. Okay, Udmilda, for what it's worth, that time did come back with the infinite stamina. That's worn off, but at least she's not a howler, which means she can jump over the defenders, in for a score for 30 points like that. Sapling takes out Ulmer once he teleports to the orb. No Udmilda, we know she doesn't have prayer beads, so she has that cursed talisman. So after plunging, she is gone in this round. At the moment, that means Anora's defenseless. At least until Bertrude returns. And there is the confirmation on the Stubborn Flame. Ulmer cut off. Bertrude and Volfred. Bertrude down. Volfred, though, does have significant throwing range, but not quick enough to charge up that throw. Snadra. Can't quite get the banishment she was looking for there. Ooh, does take out Volfred. Suddenly, everyone down on Core side. Means time for Udmilda to throw this one in uncontested for 30.
The Pyre heart seemed to be falling behind.
Ooh, and Core nearly teleported to the orb and avoided getting banished from the sapling. It was actually the lava that took out Ulmer that time. But not quite quick enough with the throw. Bertrude nearly slipped through there. With the exploding sapling from Volfred, able to take out the would-be attacker. Snadra chased down by Bertrude. Bertrude, however, sniped by Delbert. Udmilda banished one defender. Oh, and might have been able to sneak in there, but opted to pass instead. Now Anora needs to build from the back. Ulmer. Not enough time to charge up the throw. Udmilda. Anora grateful that she did not return in Howler form. But she gets banished here, and we shall see what happens next time. Alright, now it's Volfred, though, in the attacking most position. In fact, well, now everyone's gone. And enough room for what is, again, more than usual on the damage from Ulmer, and on that occasion, no Stubborn Flame active. So 28. Stubborn Flame would be active this time now. Oh, and Anora checking to see if she had that Crone Salute. Does not with Bertrude. Don't know if she's checked with Udmilda, though. Ulmer. Thinking about throwing, but he's stopped. Udmilda has that infinite stamina. And makes it through. 30 damage on the plunge, now Core down to just 10 Pyre life. No more Stubborn Flame active, which means he's getting the full damage here. And that means now Core could finish this with one score as well. That could have been the winning throw, but it's intercepted. Seems like both players might be stuck. Like, first I noticed Anora wasn't really moving, then Core wasn't either. Or they were, like, controller drifting. I assume I should uninvite and reinvite both of you? Is that what we should do?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna attempt to strategically invite you in order such that Core is still player 1 and Anora is still player 2, because I feel like there's a non-zero chance that we could get a last-second switch unintentionally. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So Core, once you're in...
You invite me again.
Oh, okay. I will deliberately wait until I actually get Core in full. Then I'll get Anora. hopefully that ensures that Core will remain player 1 and we won't get that last minute switcheroo. Okay. Now let's get an ore. Otherwise, you know, Core will be player 2 and 3 simultaneously, which obviously adds up to 1. But that goes without saying. Invite? Okay. Hold on. Let's try again. Okay. Did that work that time?
Yep.
Okay. Do we just jump back in and take a second to confirm that Core is still player 1 and Nor is still player 2? Does that look right?
No.
Oh, well, Core is actually both player 1, 2, 3, and probably 4 simultaneously. Wait, what?
Okay, I really put my controller, so I'm no longer. I don't know what she is. You need to fix it more.
Okay. Let's I mean, I can try uninviting, re-inviting you. Otherwise, I can mess around a bit with the controller set. Well, hold on. See if this works.
I connected mine. So yeah. Let's see.
Okay. I switched on remote play, Core to player 1 and Nor to player 2. Is that actually the case?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do we want to go to the pause menu to give you guys a countdown, or does this just work from here? Can just go from here? All right. Let us resume then.
I almost pity what transpired there.
Core with Dalbert. Looking for an opening. And for either player, would not take much unless a Nor has rekindling. And she does.
Tis taken.
His score here, though,
Tis done.
will decide it.
The Pyre hearts prevail. A narrow
GG.
victory, yet nonetheless commendable. The rite is ended.
All right, well played, you two. Now let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
All right, we will reset ourselves unless there is something that we would like to do here in particular. If so, then let us know. Otherwise, we'll just have both players take whatever they'd like here. I pick... Oh, wait, what? I pick all the Titan Star? I'm confused.
You're saying you get to choose, but you have to choose all of them.
Right. Feels like you're saying, I choose, except that I don't have a choice in the matter. I choose song, arena,
You just
masteries, just everything. Including Titan Stars? Okay, well, I mean, yes.
The Titan Star.
Because I'm afraid that although we may have removed the curse of Steam Remote Play, we need just a little more chaos.
Islak Astralborn.
We need just a little more chaos.
The Pyre hearts shall now face the Night Wings. Welcome. Who shall conduct?
I pick everything you say. Now, I say this. I don't actually have a plan. I mean, no, I totally have a plan. I have a very precise plan as for what I would like the players to do here. Yeah, it entails, first, that Core takes Tamitha. Not Pamitha, Tamitha. And on Tamitha, you will take Fell Swoop. Yes. The first one on the right side as well, and then Fell Swoop. And...
Call the Winged Fury.
well, you know, it was implied that you were taking that as well. Then, what else?
Is that it?
Oh, you raise an interesting point. I don't have to give you all of the masteries. I did not consider this until you said that. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Just Fell Swoop. Okay. But,
Winged Fury.
and yes, but then take the Thorned Knot as the talisman. That guy. Yes. Okay. How the heck am I gonna balance this out if I'm doing weird, gimmicky stuff like only giving people 2 master? I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you already chose E-Stock, so it's not balanced.
That is true. That is true. For Anor, you are going to... Let's see, you've had a lot of crones today, I feel like. You're going to have...
More crones.
There can never be enough crones, apparently, if you ask the randomizer, at least. You're gonna go first with... What would be interesting?
The stat loss. Give her a stat loss.
Oh, goodness. Wait, that could be interesting, though. What if I give 3 masteries, but all the stat losses on Volfred? That could balance things out, maybe. Okay, let's go Volfred. We'll go Volfred. Let's do the group shield. Let's go for the group shield. That'll be the theoretical counter for Fell Swoop. We'll see how that matchup plays out. And take the hope. Take the hope as well. Yeah. Then that kind of makes up for the whole you had less hope to begin with thing. Then what talisman would be fitting on this occasion? You should get... Oh, I mean, there are mean things that I could do. I mean, it kind of made sense what talisman I gave to Core. So I don't want to make it be totally terrible. Go for, I'm blanking on the name, but it's right there. What is, Mooncrest. Go Mooncrest. This Volfred is going to come back very quickly. Very quickly from banishment.
Volfred.
Okay, as for what my certain plan is next, I don't know what message you're trying to send me here, Core, other than that, I guess you want me to give you Rookie?
You found your soulmate?
You don't have to. I'm just looking at their bios.
Sure. Don't read into this at all. No, you're gonna take Barker. Is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take Barker, and let's see. Okay, no, we're gonna embrace the anarchy theme for Barker. What is the most anarchy themed thing we could do? I mean, explosive temper probably. Yeah, go down for explosive temper. Okay, are we gonna make a point to doing the whole like only 2 or 3 mastery thing, or do we go for 4 for most of them?
You could give me 4 for Barker and 0 for Anor. For the rest of it.
Because math. No, tell you what, you're gonna have. I am gonna give you 4 on Barker. You're gonna go first on the left side, and you're also going to take. Man, I'm blanking out on all the names. Lucky Break. Take Lucky Break as well. And then you are going to have no.
You know, for the anarchy's sake, I get to take what I want here.
I disagree.
We
I
have this
disagree.
anarchy.
I disagree. I disagree with that statement.
You can't remove it.
What? No, you should get the fairy spirit. That's chaotic. That's very chaotic. Okay. Then for Anor, let's see. So I did give Core 4 masteries. It was kind of a silly setup though. So maybe for you, we'll go. Let's go Lendl, everybody's favorite character. And you're gonna go masteries wise, 100% right side. Full support Lendl. Except Lendl is actually your dedicated scorer because Lendl has Kerfang. Because reasons. Okay.
Why not?
So then, obviously we're gonna give Core a meta. No, we're not. We're gonna do. Let's see. So you have. Nope. You're going to have. So you have a defensive Barker. You have a very defensive team overall here. You need a scorer, Core. So who's your scorer gonna be? Your scorer will be. Nah, that's too straightforward.
Give me Tiazo as a scorer.
I'm gonna give you. You know what I'll give you? You wanted some speed. I'll give you some speed. You'll get some speedy Volfred action. And what do I want to give him from a mastery standpoint?
I don't need it.
Okay. Speedy Volfred speaks for himself. Fair enough. Okay, then in that case, Anor, you are going to get. Let's go for. Let's see, you have Volfred. You have Lendl as your dedicated scorer. Volfred was all shieldy. You need more of a pure defender. Let's go for, Let's go Ignarius. And what do we give him from a talisman standpoint? Let's go legendary demon talisman. The Solium's Horn. Yeah. And then we gave no masteries for Core here on this last one, so I think we go no masteries on Ignarius either. Perfectly balanced teams, obviously. Obviously, perfectly balanced and perfectly logical team compositions here. Nothing out of the ordinary whatsoever with the way these teams are set up. That is a speedy Volfred. Oh my goodness. He is like lightning. He is lightning fast.
Oh, come on.
He is unstoppable. Can't stop, won't stop. Except when he gets banished by an opposing Volfred. And there is Ignarius. He was supposed to be the defender. He plunges for 30. Let's see. Lendl was supposed to be the dedicated scorer. Oh, Anor has the shields from Lendl, or rather from Volfred plus Lendl, everyone's favorite combo. Volfred going the throwing route. 25 from Speedy Volfred. Wait, but he's Speedy Volfred. He's not quarterback Volfred. That's Manly's job. Okay, there was still a Moondrop there. Core picked it up with Tamitha, only to be banished soon thereafter. I'll be honest, that was very confusing watching those sapling placements where you did them simultaneously. And the colors of the auras did not match up the way that I thought they were going to. But it is Tamitha once again, plunging for 20 this time.
The Night Wings Seems adversaries gained an edge.
More simultaneous sapling placements.
Oh,
And moondrops. This time for Barker. And he has some big cast masteries. Well shielded from an ore, though. That's what Fulfred's here for. There's the shield again, coming up big. And there is Lendl doing what he does best. That is plunge, of course.
a show of strength from the Pyre Heart's foe.
All right, Ignarius moving in. Shielded. Moving in again. Shielded again, but not long enough to avoid getting banished. Oh, and look at that. The fell swoop, big banishments from Tamitha,
With force of will,
setting up a 20 damage throw.
the Pyre Heart seem hungry.
Well
for
shielded once again
glory.
from Volfred. Less so the second time, but Lendl got it, only to quickly go down though. Now it's Core, he has the fell swoop. And he's looking to use it here once again, but Anor well shielded. And, however, Core bulldozes his way through with some harp pushing.
Now go
And normally you'd say one more score would be all the Core needs, but I do believe we had 10 rekindling on Anor's Volfred. There is a speedy Volfred for Core, though.
force of will behind that thrust.
Oh my goodness, but Anor holds on with 1 Pyre life. She does still have rekindling, but don't let that take away from the fact that she has precisely 1 Pyre life at the moment. And there is a Moondrop, which Anor got only to immediately get banished. Barker intercepted on the throw. Lendl trying to run away from Barker, but can't do so.
3 Nightwings.
All 3 Nightwings are gone.
Glories in the flames
So here is the rekindling, and now 1 score would be all that Core needs. Anor still looking at probably needing 2, but look at that fell swoop, that was huge. But Anor can step on the portraits to bring back her squad mates, which is what she looks to do here. Trying to bring back Volfred. There it is.
The demons.
Everybody back. Oh, everyone back except for Ignarius. Sacrificed himself to bring back his squad mate. Barker has the big cast. Oh, but a quick throw is not enough to finish the job, so Nor this time holding on with 3 Pyre life. No rekindling anymore. So 1 score, still all Core would need. Nor, well timed on the shield initially, but Core was persistent and took out Lendl, and suddenly it is just Volfred.
Steve Over's owning right now.
Lendl banished.
Look at how far Tamitha
I'm
just
surprised,
went.
actually.
I think it's from the talisman, actually.
No, no, I know.
Is that what it does?
It's just-
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's so
It's-
good.
It's good, yeah. But there is Lendl plunging, and that means 1 score now, all that Anor needs as well. But she is without Lendl here. So who will get the job done? Everyone down on Anor's side, but there is the quick respawn from Volfred. His talisman paying off here, except the harp push bulldozes him out of the way to clear space for the winning plunge.
I thought for certain they would not.
So obviously,
The ceremony is complete.
those are the new meta teams. Perfectly optimized compositions. Everybody please take notes.
Till the stars align.
Well done, you two. Even if I may have made things a little out of the ordinary with the setup. But let us know if there is anything we'd like to do for the next one. Otherwise, we will deactivate the Titan Stars. Not seeing anything at the moment, though. So I think we might just jump back in here and have the players take whatever they want, in that case.
The Pyre hearts shall confront.
And we're back at everyone's favorite arena.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
And no requests means you can take whatever you'd like here. So obviously that means that both players will take exactly the same teams that they had before. That includes a -2 speed Volfred. Look, even speedy Volfred has to take a rest sometimes, okay? So Core goes for the closest thing to a speedy manly without actually being a speedy manly. Almost blasphemous. Titan Tooth Rookie is the first choice for Anor, stunning anyone that he jumps into. Ooh, and a voluntary black hoof on the stowaway. That is, of course, a cursed talisman, but Core is unfazed. And or goes Dalbert. That is cur number 2, I believe. Core goes for a super speedy Pamitha. And you wondered when we saw the first 2 curs as to whether this would be a triple cur setup from Anor, but no, it is not. Last choice is Web Lanthorn Tizo. But the Titan Tooth cur is very significant in a small arena, especially like this. But having the salute on Pamitha to switch out from the stun is a significant way to counter. Okay, well, you know. So it's gonna be like that, huh? So it's gonna be like that, huh? Oh dear. Oh dear. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Corp?
What do you mean?
I guess I enjoyed another bomb. Oh no, I can't.
Oh, goodness. And this is why we can't have nice things. Alright, maybe in moderation.
I had the perfect
The orb is up.
comp against her because she couldn't actually get back to it.
I can, but with
Oh,
You know,
I
yeah.
But I don't think it'll be over there though. I think it'll be at the top.
It will be on its own, but you know.
That's it.
You have to die. You have to die.
He's up to something.
You have to die late.
Yeah. You die now and then when you're small.
Ah,
What exactly is he up to here?
Oh, you spawn over there.
yeah.
Chat, they're up to something. They're scheming. This is some elaborate plan. I believe to teleport Anor's Tizo somewhere across the map. Oh my goodness! Well,
Exactly that.
Oh, I didn't mean to do it.
Come on.
Dalbert,
I didn't give it to you.
Dalbert decided to go home.
Your flame remains.
Dalbert decided he was through with this whole downside thing.
A nearly negligible effort.
Take the orb through you before you go.
Oh, yep. So Dalbert has ascended. Oh, I thought he said how, not now. It's like, yeah, you know, that's a valid question to be asking right about now. So, well then.
I can't see. I need to die. So
Why would you need to die?
So I can get my.
Anyway.
I can get my heart up.
Do you have the, Savage Salute Core?
Can you kill my sap, please? Did you? Oh, you went through everyone. Is that what happened? Okay, yeah. Kill my sap.
Wait, hasn't... I'm so confused.
Kill my sap. Go.
Okay, now the Stowaway has the orb in that top left corner there.
Well, I remember I can't hold the orb.
Oh, true, she's juggling the orb over there because she has the cursed talisman that prevents her from holding it. So she's just chilling over there. Meanwhile, Manly is attempting, but not succeeding at this whole joining her thing.
So now it's actually we soft locked it.
Might have soft-locked ourselves? Yeah, because what, you're trying to get over there with Manly, but you can't get in from this
Not
angle?
necessarily, actually, because I can get the orb.
Oh, what was that sound? It's like this low rumbling sound when you switch to Pamitha. But she's also somewhere outside the map?
Oh, you have the orb. I was like,
Oh! Well, there is also that.
over here.
There is also that whole orb thing.
Now go.
You know, well, yeah, I mean, I was gonna say that the Pyre is probably somewhere over there in that general direction, but yeah, you got it.
It was as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
So, well, that happened.
The rite
That was the right.
is complete.
Do appreciate your willingness to stand aside.
I was suspicious when
Until
you
the next.
took Stowaway with the
That's exactly. That's my favorite, I think, combo ever is Savage with Black Truth and you just spamming salute.
Alright, well, let us know if there's anything else we'd like to do for the next one. You know, preferably something that does not entail teleporting outside the bounds of the arena with multiple characters and potentially even trapping the orb outside the bounds of the arena as well. Okay, Blood Princess is putting us at the pit. And an ore says we are using exclusively cursed talismans. Okay. That is, you know, in some ways that's kind of thematically fitting. At the Pit of Malith, I suppose. And Blood Princess is also choosing exiles here, so we'll see. Yeah. What are we scheming up here? Infernal Bloom on a worm and Vengeful Vow on a savage count as cursed talismans? No.
They don't
No.
work. They're cursed. Just not officially by the game.
Okay, so either a duo, two of the same class, or what exactly do you mean by two characters we see together?
Like, could any of the Nightwings be together just because they're always hanging out, or any other characters that are from the same triumvirate? Well, we really don't have that today without mods outside of the Nightwings characters. And yeah, I mean, are we limited to just 2, or could they go up to a trio if they want to? Nightwings works? Okay. Basically, 2 of a kind, or some Nightwings. At least a duo. Yeah, you could go 3 of a kind if you want. Okay. Gotcha. Does that make sense? So we have what? Pit, Cursed Talismans, at least 2 of a kind, or if you go with at least 2 Nightwings, you're fine there as well.
Wait, are we moving Curse to the next one, or are we doing it on this one?
Yeah, do the Cursed Talismans still work with this, or are those requests incompatible? I mean, they can work together, it just depends on if Blood Princess and Honor had 2 entirely different ideas in mind. I think that the 2 characters we see together thing is the whole, basically, you're also just allowed to take 2 or more Nightwings, and that works as well.
Is it 2?
Because I think otherwise Blood Princess was assuming you could do, like, 2 of the Accusers, you could do Lendl and Viz Paleth, but since we don't have the modded Exiles, that's less of a thing now.
So it's either 2 of the same class or 2 of the same triumvirate?
Basically, yeah. It's just that since we only have Nightwings, that's pretty much the only way to do that.
Well, there's, like, Fate.
Oh, that's true. You could do Fate. You could still do Fate. All right. Are we good to go in that case? Does that make sense? Okay, let's do it.
And then we're also doing Curse Houses, okay.
The Pyre Hearts shall now face the Nightwings. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Sir Gilman cannot use that, by the way. Sir Gilman also cannot use that unless you have some mod that turns Gilman into an imp.
Well, that's why I have this.
Sort of. In a way.
Sir Gilman.
So of course the players may be starting to think ahead to which characters they might want to combine with each other, but also that Cursed Talisman aspect is a significant factor. As we just saw with Core earlier, there are some characters that just aren't allowed to carry one of the Cursed Talismans. And then there are other cases where, sure, you might be able to. That doesn't mean you want to use a Cursed Talisman on a specific character. So Core starts Worm, Honor starts Savage. That means Core could meet the other criteria by going with a second Worm here. And that's what he'll do. Honor did take a Nightwing, so that gives her a lot of flexibility here. Could take any other Nightwing, or a second Savage. And she'll go Tizo with the Black Hoof. Core has already met all the criteria outside of just using that last Cursed Talisman. He can take that on whoever he wants. He was going to go Snadra, but didn't quite like the mastery choices, so settled for Lendl instead, or rather for Hedwyn instead. And an Or will go Almer here. So here we go. Whoa, and that was nearly the stowaway, just going through everybody straight into the Pyre. Gilman has immediately come back as a Howler. Oh, and he got a bit of a speed boost coming off the wall there. That might be what Anora's looking to do here. She's trying to bounce off the wall and in. Can't quite get the angle right, though. Deluge cannot pick up the orb. That is the case for one exile on each team, so it's Deluge for Core.
In honor of the scribes.
There is Gilman, plunging for 25. Stowaway banishes people on her way through there. With the help of that Cursed Talisman that keeps her aura even when she has possession of the orb. Fenor, it is Tizo who cannot pick up the orb with the Black Hoof. Almer, he's banished. Gilman again for Core. Quickly stopped. Almer again. He's stopped. No stowaway for Nor, because she did plunge. That is tricky when you have one exile who can never pick up the orb. So we'll see if both players try to make a point of throwing, but obviously Core just plunged there, so now he's going to be in a similar situation to what Anor was just doing. Oh, and for that reason, Anor for a second there, it looked like she was about to get banished, but did go for the throw. One off the maximum damage, but means she keeps the stowaway here, which means she can follow up with a plunge this time. Gilman. His throw is unblockable, but it's short. Ooh, and here comes Hedwyn. He was trying to throw, but he went in. I believe he had some leech there, though.
Now burns relatively brighter.
Stowaway. Sneaks around the defenders and gets off a 15 damage throw there. Means Stowaway will stay in here and does what she did before. Throws it in one round and then walks it in with that aura, banishing the defenders along the way for a plunge in the next round. But it does mean Anor is now stowawayless, which is tough because she'll find herself in this situation sometimes where she only has Tizo, and he can't do much because he can't hold the orb. So has to wait for Almer to come back. Here he is. And he nearly makes it in, but he's banished at the last second.
So Deluge is banished.
Deluge down. There's also that risk of that one exile coming back with the Black Heart activating and turning him into a Howler. It is still possible, of course, to score with a Howler, but it is easier said than done. Fast base movement speed, but no sprint, no jump, no throw. Anor completely defenseless now. But Core can't do anything with the Deluge. He can't pick up the orb, which is why he hesitated there, but eventually does get Gilman in. He can obviously score. He plunges for 15, but now Core's without Gilman.
No sign of the
And Anor with time to throw it in with the stowaway. So she'll still be at full strength here. She only needs one score, and that is probably the case for Core as well. Technically, Gilman would need Seize Chance active. I believe he does have it. But if not for that, it would be insufficient. Not that it'll matter, because Anor jumps in for the winning score. GG.
That's such an interesting interaction with the
The
Curse
ceremony
Talisman
is
and Stowaway.
complete.
It is.
That actually like seems like actually a good use for a Curse Talisman.
It was very surprising how capable the Stowaway was of banishing other exiles. Like, she doesn't have that big of an aura.
No, but she got a bigger aura because she's next to her allies. And so when she teleports onto the orb, it keeps it. It keeps the bigger aura.
That's why. Okay. Very interesting then. Huh. Yeah, because I was otherwise surprised by how she was able to so consistently banish other exiles that should have had the same, if not larger sized auras.
It was really funny when this tiny stowaway was rushing across the field and everyone was running away.
Yeah, there's nothing I could have done. Especially with the iframes.
It's a terrifying sight. All right, well, let's reset ourselves, but let us know, chat, if there's anything we want to do for the next one. I don't know, if we uncovered a new tech?
Yes.
Anor, did you know that that was the thing before you did it, or was that a
Yes.
mid-match discovery?
Oh, you did. You did know that. Okay. When did you find that out?
That's
A long
that
time
was
ago?
A long time ago, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. Well, it seems like that is not that
I've never seen that before.
widely understood, so maybe that is something that, you know, we can surprise some people with in the future still.
Did you find that alone, or were you playing with like Fail or something, or Rotor?
I don't remember.
Basically, Cora's wondering if anyone else knows about this strat.
No, well, also like I want to know if like you thought of it like alone and you like labbed it out, or like you just stumbled upon it like in a match.
I think it was in a match.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if it was on RITE NITE or in my private sessions with a router, but yeah, I knew about it.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. So it feels like there's definitely some potential there, because it just happens so quickly. And it's so unexpected
And you
that
took
the
web
Stowaway
feed and
can do it.
everything.
Huh.
Left feet on the armor, yeah, on my armor.
I did notice you took webbed feet, and that I was a little surprised when you did that, but I didn't realize that that was one of the reasons for it. Huh. Wow.
No.
Oh, was that just a coincidence, or not even intended?
No, Faye had she had insta jump and the salute, and Alma had webbed feet but no salute.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Alma had black heart, so I could use webbed feet and healing stamina
Okay.
in case I got it.
Just to make him a better howler.
Yeah.
Armor howler build incoming. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Well, let us know, chat, if there's anything we want to do for the next one. Otherwise, we'll just have them take whatever they want for the next one. But yeah, I feel like that'd be really interesting to see what it's like to catch people off guard with that strat and see just how far you can take it.
Oh, actually, webbed feet may work.
I mean, yeah, if, like Core was saying, if he kept on just having to run away from the Stowaway, you could put on web feet and just make it harder for people to escape her, and then you just
I never
take
tried
everyone
that.
out more easily.
Huh.
It could be worth trying out. All right, well, let's jump in.
Like I want to actually test if it rivals like demons.
That's what it reminds me of the most, is an infinite stamina demon that just tries to sprint through everybody.
Versus the Night Winds. Welcome.
demon.
Who shall conduct the rites? Joe Dariel.
So if you go webbed feet, what is it that you're not taking in that case?
You're
You
not
had-
taking the jump or the throw.
No jump or throw. Okay.
Tay.
Unfortunate, but I mean, I guess if you're just always sprinting, and you aren't banishing if you're jumping, so yeah, I guess that's still not a terrible sacrifice to have to make. And it'd be nice to be able to throw quickly.
That's true.
That way, even if you do banish everyone, you can finish the play before they come back.
Yeah.
I guess you can if you want.
I mean,
Yeah.
he has the largest.
Yeah, I don't think it affects hurt ward though. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think.
Yeah, isn't it just
I
being
think
next
it's like
to
if
an
you
exile?
have an aura, it like makes yours bigger to some degree.
Yeah, I don't think it matters
Yeah, I
how
think
big your teammates' auras are. It's just how many teammates do you have next to you.
Joe Dariel.
Yeah, and I mean, if you go Infinite Stamina Demon plus this Savage strat on the same team, you have two people who can go full speed ahead. I feel like you could definitely catch your opponents off guard, because they'll probably see the Demon and expect that. Then you'll really catch them off guard when you do something similar with the Savage.
Tizo.
Alright, so let's see.
Before you do
Orb
anything,
is taken. Begin.
I want to get it isolated. Okay. See if it's bigger. Okay, so it's not bigger. Okay, but it's pretty big.
Not bigger than a demon, or
Not
is what
bigger
you're
than a
testing?
demon, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty close.
Yeah, I think that's why I know about it, but I don't exactly use it. It's
Nice.
yeah.
It's like probably good against like my team with the worms.
And it does shrink over time, so of course
Yeah,
the longer it takes you to chase people down with the Savage, the less effective it becomes,
And
but
I wanted to see the web feet with it. Has the ring done that? Okay. Let's go.
interesting. We're learning. We're learning even to this day, still uncovering or at least revealing new strats that maybe some of us were knowledgeable of, but were not common knowledge at the very least.
The orb bathes first within the Nightwing's flame.
And there is the stowaway strat for you.
The orb's engulfed.
The worst part is the iframes with it. Like that's it. It's a lot. I think less. It's a lot less
Somebody
strong
get
than
the orb. Glory to the scribes.
So I'm curious to see how it compares to doing what was certainly the more common choice, which would be
A true aim
the
and
Infinite
thrust
Stamina
into the
Demon,
fire.
which is sort of the closest thing to a squad mate that would just bulldoze through everyone.
Well, do you mean like ring demon, or do you mean just like portal?
I guess portal is what I'm thinking of. Like set up like kind of like what Anor has here, where she has a portal near her own pyre. So the portal itself isn't going to take her far, but getting the infinite stamina on the demon helps her travel the length of the arena still very quickly. I mean, I guess you could say harp pushing harp is kind of similar. It's just that it's bumping defenders out of the way rather than outright banishing them.
Now there's a problem.
So maybe that's your well, then you can't get infinite stamina on the demon, but maybe that's your third choice. You go rings on a demon and a harp, and you go with the cursed talisman on a savage. Then you can harp push with the harp. You can get infinite stamina at least at the very beginning of a round with the demon, and you still have the cursed talisman saluting strats with the savage. Is I think the most all-in you could be on that type of strat.
Wait. I'm trying to banish myself.
You want to banish?
The orb is taken.
Nice.
Wait,
right,
what?
Right. Yeah, wait, yeah.
Okay.
That's no. Yeah, fix it.
Yeah, it's still funny.
Oh, is it the banish yourself with your imp to immediately trigger web lanthorn? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Imagine if you had that with that was something that was that for you.
Glorious.
Oh man. Oh no. I'm pretty sure we have fixed this with the mods. I'm pretty sure this
Yeah,
was
yeah, we
a
have,
known
yeah.
Yeah,
thing,
we
but
definitely-
This is like one of the first fixes, I think.
yeah, it's just one of the things that you forget that we corrected because we take it for granted.
Yeah.
And there's a good example of, you know, if yes, Honor did move in with the stowaway when she had the aura, but I don't think she started with the extra aura size and had already held onto the orb for a while, so the stowaway had a much smaller aura and was not nearly as big of a factor.
Oh, don't do that.
Ooh, the shoulder smash. But Honor is still hanging out next to the pyre.
Tay's aim was true. Now to the flame.
For a second, it looked like that imp on the outside of the arena at the orb.
Bye, Tay.
Gilman, cornered. Jody, through the portal, has the infinite stamina. Does it again for good measure.
Didn't see it coming.
Oh, but it's the stowaway.
Everything which
Teleport, jump in, score for 20.
now end the ceremony. That's it.
Mine.
Oh, no portal for Tizo.
Ouch.
Down he goes to the shoulder smash.
The orb flies true.
20 damage, 10 leech for core.
Good.
Moving in with Jody, goes the throwing route.
An unimpressive thrust, but true.
And just enough damage that now either the stowaway or Headwind would have enough to finish it with one score. For Nor, it would need to be Jody, I believe.
Into the adversary's flame.
Oh, and Core with the fake throw, only to sneak under the defender and plunge through the pyre. Stowaway. Shoulder smashed. Oh, interesting maneuver there from the stowaway, though. Little Uno reverse card right there.
Now, someone end this.
Nothing personnel, teleports behind, banishes, and goes in for the plunge. That was a cool one.
The orb is up.
Nor, infinite stamina now on Jody. Avoids the cast, avoids the other cast, and makes it in for the winning plunge.
The night wings prevail.
It's a little bit science experiment-y that time round.
So close. The rite is ended.
But an interesting match nonetheless. It's always fun whenever we make some interesting discoveries and can consider all the possibilities that those might open up. Alright, well, let us know, chat, if there is anything that we would like to do for the next one. Alright, well, Blood Princess is turning Customize off here. So randomize exiles, masteries, and talismans. Honora is offering to swap out if anyone would like to take her spot. If so, let us know. Do you need to head out, Honora, or are you just offering to swap out, but you don't need to go? Just offering? Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright, well, not seeing anyone else expressing interest in getting in here, so maybe we keep it to just you two for now, and we'll see what Customize Off has in store for us here.
The Pyre hearts shall confront the night.
Alright, it is Crone, Sap, Cur for core. It is Sap, Nomad, or rather a Savage Nomad for Nor. Nor does have the salute. Oh, the salute on her Savage. That's a nice cast on Snadra as well. There's Almer once again teleporting to the orb. Oh, and he has Dying Flame, which was active there? Because Core had the talisman that started by dealing 10 damage to Honora. I was like, how did Honora have less Pyre life than Core at the very beginning of the match before anyone had done any scores? That was a odd series of events there. Two random talismans that happened to interact in that way. Snadra banishes and gets banished. That leaves just Volfred for Honor. Well shielded from Core's Volfred, though. Now he's moving in. And his throw is good for the full 25. Almer teleports. Then back to Volfred, back to Almer, only to get banished. Snadra trying to get rid of Bertrude. Bertrude goes into the sapling, though. Ooh, explosive temper on Dalbert. Takes out the entirety of Honora's team. And Core might have been, taking a chance there. He saw he had a right side mastery and thought, maybe I have the built-in prayer beads, and I think he does, because Dalbert is back.
Quite the close call there, no?
Almer, banished. Snadra, can't take out Volfred. Volfred shields off this time as well. Gets rid of Snadra. Oh, and blinks straight in.
Wait,
That looked a little nutrition sticky.
Didn't notice?
That was a little bit of a longer blink distance than you would typically see. Oh, that throw would have been unblockable, and it might have been all that Core needed. Now, of course, both players have saps, so there may be some rekindling. Oh, but look at this hopscotch technique from Snadra. Almer blocks. Banishes one of the defenders, though. Make it two of the defenders. Make it three of the defenders, but it's the sapling that ultimately takes him out.
You have the anklet.
no, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
I have Dying Flame.
Oh, that's right.
Good.
It's weird that bounced off like
One
that.
and all.
Yes. For some reason, overstepping it does.
For savages.
It was dangerously
Yes,
close.
specifically for savages.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Delbert. Just enough to get rid of Volfred. Oh, but he's banished by his son.
Yes. Oh no no no!
Oh,
No, this one.
this is the one that we just discovered.
Wait, what?
That's so funny.
Banishment.
I wanna win with the card. Throw it in your face.
Double banishment from Ulmer. Teleports. But he is banished.
The orb is up.
Volfred against Volfred. Oh, well shielded though. Look at that. That looked
No, I
funny.
didn't shield. That was my aura burst.
Huh.
A blessing.
Okay, but there. Whoa, it's 50 rekindling, in fact.
No, you don't. You have minus.
Gertrude sneaks through, or nearly does. Explosive Temper, once again, taking out multiple defenders.
All of them.
And given some time for... Oh, Core, he tries to get greedy. Goes for the BM on the salute with the Cur that doesn't do anything. Other than give Anor time to get back defensively. Gertrude, though, oh, well, that throw would have been unblockable, but she got knocked back. Delbert tries to sneak around, but cannot do so. Volfred. Lynx throws. Good for 18. Or though still needs 2 scores here, unless he has extra damage on Gertrude, but I don't think we've seen anything to suggest that he does. Instead, I'll go Volfred here. Oh, does get the throw off just in time. 20 damage is significant because now any of Core's exiles would have enough damage. We've already seen Anor's rekindling, so she will not have an additional life bar. But there's the Dying Flame from Ulmer, and that is a big chunk of damage. Now suddenly, Volfred has enough damage for Anor. Unless Core also has rekindling. He does have a Savage, or rather a Sap. Don't think we've established how many right side masteries he has. Or at least I haven't taken particular note of it. Snadra. Thinks about. Doesn't want to throw that cast right into a shielding Volfred and risk having that cast bounce right back in her face. So settles to get rid of Delbert instead. Here is Volfred all of a sudden. He's moving in. Oh, the opposing Volfred, quick enough defensively to stop him.
So much for Volfred.
Snadra.
No.
Oh, big snipe from her. But Volfred does return. Ring around the rosy with Snadra.
Sandra plunged into the
She plunges for 20. It's not enough, but it drops Core to 4, which means just about any damage would do unless he has rekindling, which, as we said, it is possible. Delbert tries to get sneaky with it, but it's intercepted. Now it's Ulmer. He's cut off. Volfred versus Volfred. But it's... Oh, did Anor have Leech? No, she had 12 Pyre life? Thought she had less than that for some reason. Well, now we have a 5-4 match, which you don't see very often. Oh, and that could have been the deciding score right there, but Snadra comes in at the last second to intercept Ulmer. Teleports back, but he's banished. Core with Volfred. Trying to hide within that sapling, and it is close enough for an unblockable sap throw.
Although their adversaries put up quite an effort,
GG.
the rite is done.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
All right, we'll turn Customize back on, unless, of course, there's something else that we would like to do for this next one. If so, let us know. Otherwise, we can just have the players take whatever they'd like. And as we were saying, we have had some interesting things come of that today. Some combos that we have not really seen much of, if at all, until now. So, alright, let's jump back in.
The Pyre Hearts shall take on the Night Wings. Welcome.
This time it is up to them to take whatever they'd like.
Who shall conduct?
So will they go back to one of those relatively new and perhaps underdeveloped ideas? See if there are more things to discover there, more ways to play it? Or will they instead stick with more of a tried and true approach?
I want to do this, but I can't nuke with it because I can't exploding sapling, and it's better on keyboard.
I mean, you can just take exploding sapling, that's it. Without the big one.
But it's doesn't it still add? But you need both of them?
I think you need both of them.
Oh really? I thought it was just one.
No.
Oh. Okay, then I'll try this. But also, I think the initial range is not the deepest range unless I do like lock on or something.
Well, that you will have to test out.
I was gonna say, I was curious to see if Anor was sticking with the new strat, but that would presumably still require that she take the salute. She does switch over to Almer so that she can take the salute, but rather than the curse talisman, it's Bright Wisp to automatically pass the orb whenever Almer gets banished. Be a Speedy Pamatha for core.
Sir Gilman.
Okay, I feel like both players, though, being at least a little bit experimental with some of their defensively oriented setup. Banishing throws on Snadra. So yeah, again, the banishment stuff's a little bit out of the ordinary here. And an Orgo's exploding deluge, which certainly is a thing. It's not something we see an Or use very often, but it's an Or getting us started very quickly here with that saluting Almer. No prayer beads on him though, so he is now gone for this round. There is Deluge, only to quickly go down, and it's Gilman as well, so an Or who has oftentimes said she is not exactly the biggest Worms fan. She's taken 2 here, and at least in this round, when she's lost Almer after a plunge, it is all Worms. But it's Core, going in with that speedy Pamitha for 20. Almer is now back. There is the pass. Okay, this does seem somewhat familiar. It's been a while since we've seen someone use this strat. It's not how I would do it, but it's a pseudo Infiniworms.
It's better than Infiniworms.
Take that back right now.
It's the best Infiniworms.
Vanishing throws on Snadra. Gets rid of 1. But Anor is, well, she was off to the races with Gilman until she ran out of stamina, but got far enough along to at least throw it in for 14. 1 less than the maximum for Gilman. Almer automatically passes after he gets banished. Same cannot be said, though, for Deluge.
Too bad for that one.
Oh, Deluge, down he goes, but valiant return there from Gilman. He gets banished, though. Almer, aggressive play there. Goes down, but creates an opportunity here for Gilman. His throw is short, however. Pamitha retrieves and goes on the attack. Blocks. Banishes one of Anor's defenders, though. Anor trying to launch the counterattack with the Deluge. Unsuccessful, but does bring back a couple of her squad mates. So now it's up to Gilman. He goes down. Passes it to Deluge, who goes down, passes it back to Gilman. And we had a little taste of Infiniworms there. But it is not truly infinite. Hence why it is objectively inferior to a true Infiniworm setup. Almer. Throw is intercepted. Pamitha knocks away a defender. Clears enough space to go in for 20 here. Almer teleports. Goes past one defender, although Snadra repositions to intercept. Snadra avoids banishment and does it all herself here. Plunges 20, leeches 10 for net 30. Pass back to Deluge when Almer goes down. Deluge explodes, creating some space for squad mates. But the stubborn flame means Nor can't just instantly teleport there with Almer, at least not until Core gets someone back. And at that point, it is significantly riskier. But it's actually Deluge who plunges here, not Almer.
Now then.
Now just Gilman. Deluge gone after he plunged. Almer makes his return. And goes straight in. Gilman. He's quickly banished. That leaves Deluge back defensively, but he'll bring back Gilman. Well shielded there from Manly. But it's Snadra who's making the real moves here. Plunges for 20, and I believe she has that 10 leech as well. And now that means one more score, potentially all that Core needs here. A Nor likely needing 2. That Leech starting to make a difference. Gilman. Pamitha in pursuit, but Gilman passes it back to Deluge. Deluge explodes, creates a little bit more room for Almer here. Tries to go in, goes for the throw instead, but it's intercepted. Banishes one of the defenders. Teleports back to the orb and does so again here. And can he win the race back to the Pyre? The answer is no. Pamitha is back to intercept. She pushes her way through and in for the winning plunge. GG.
Burns, whilst that of their adversaries is but ash. The rite is complete.
All right, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And it is getting late enough now that unless there's anything in particular that, or unless there's anyone else who wants to get in, I would say it might be time for our penultimate rite before, our last one before the Liberation Rite, our last one in which we take requests before we finish things up. So let us know if there is anything we want to do before we go into the Liberation Rite protocol. I wrote her. Just lurking today. How's it going? Out of curiosity, were you hanging around earlier when we may or may not have discovered a new and interesting strat? Will of the Scribes, okay. Did you or did you not notice a new strat that we may have talked about a lot? If not, then, you heard nothing. You heard nothing, my lips are sealed. We totally did not make an interesting new discovery. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. There was, of course, some question as to whether Irota was potentially there originally. I don't know what you're talking about. That definitely wasn't it. Definitely not. Snadra. The AI does a lot with the Titan stars. Huh. Yeah, I guess. Right, there is the Titan star that basically gives them that effect permanently. So I guess if you have that active, eventually do enough matches like that and they'll have that pop up every now and again, I suppose. Used in at least a somewhat similar way. Okay. Well, anyways, at least for this next one, it seems like it may just be the song that we're doing here, so why don't we get this started up?
The Pyre Hearts versus the Night Wings.
All right, and we are back
Welcome.
at the unmodded Glade, as a reminder.
The rites.
Brambles included. No requests for your team composition. That much is up to you. And we did see Core take Tamitha with the Thorned Knot earlier, after a certain someone might have made that suggestion. So as we can see, Core is naturally going back to the perfectly optimized Tamitha setup, perhaps. while Honor goes maximum rekindling on a nutrition stick Volfred. And we'll see a legendary demon talisman on Jodariel, so the extra casting distance, which is maybe a little tricky to take advantage of in an arena such as this, where the brambles will make it difficult to cast all that far. Does technically increase the casting speed a little bit as well, though. Right, then it is the legendary Crone Talisman for Bertrude to cast through those brambles, and that's maybe more so something that you would want to do in this particular arena.
Headwind.
Finally, it'll be Headwind with the extra starting Pyre Life for core. And a rare Honor Manly selection. So she'll be going double sap in what is basically the sap arena, so I suppose in that sense it is fairly fitting. Bertrude down. And it's Tamitha getting us started here.
The orb is up.
Wolfred. To Bertrude. Who somehow does not get banished there. She'll plunge for 30, but Core took a lot of extra starting Pyre Life, so still above 100 even after that score. Well shielded from Manly. Not so the second time round, though. But he does come back quickly. The Moon Crest, I believe, was a talisman selection, and that is the reason why he made such a quick return. But an Orc could use something like that right about now. Did not get it to proc this time. So that means an uncontested 20 damage plunge from Tamitha. It also means we'll get some more of the brambles growing in here and giving the players a little less room to maneuver. But Bertrude doesn't mind. She'll plunge for 30 here. No prayer beads on her, though, so she's gone now, and that leaves just the saps for an Honor in this round. Not that she's complaining. As she is making moves with Manly. Now Volfred.
A second wind.
Oh, the Moon Crest activating. Certainly helping an Honor on this occasion, as otherwise she would have been defenseless. But meanwhile, Jody just bullies Manly into submission until he steps out of the way. Gives Jody enough room to make it in. The arena gets even smaller. Gertrude, chasing, and banishing. Oh, but the orb inadvertently hits Core's Pyre, bounces back out. That slows an ore down considerably. Does have enough time for the unblockable crone throw, but has to cut it short. Just 20, rather than the usual 30. Well shielded. Oh, actually double banishment from that shield, but Core able to bring back squad mates by stepping on their portraits. So able to recover quickly. And or perhaps just trying to stall until she gets some other squad mates back. Fortunately, the Mooncrest does activate, so she at least has 2 saps. Gertrude has returned as well. There are the portrait plays once again, paying off for Core. Oh, and Core heart pushes and nearly makes it through there, but it's a little bit wide of the Pyre. Oh, now just Manly.
Wherever did the Nightwings go?
Numbing Gust activates, the sapling spawns, Orb inadvertently hits Nora's Pyre, bounces it back out, and that does give her enough time to get someone back. But it's once again just Manly here. Situation in which Nora has found herself more times than she would probably like. Wolfred. Bigger Aura wins out there, but he does still get banished by Jody. Now it's Gertrude. She gets pushed a bit, but not banished. At least not initially. Jody, for Core, goes for the throw. Manly, oh, seemingly was in position there. But it does still go in, and there is the rekindling. It is 60. So still plenty of Pyre life for an ore, but that is her second life bar. Oh, look at that fell swoop. Gertrude nearly avoided it, as she was mid-flight when the cast was initiated, but by the time the explosion went off, Gertrude was on the ground and she went down too, and that left an ore defenseless.
None left unscathed.
Jody. She's banished. Series of banishments. Jody still with the orb though. Now it's Headwind though. Brings back Jody. An orb defenseless. The Numbing Gust is active. Headwind is quick enough. He can still make it in. And the arena gets even smaller. One more score, potentially all Core needs. That could have been it. But last second save. Gertrude. Unable to capitalize on that opportunity. Wolfred. Trying to apply some pressure. He's banished. Here comes Tamitha. She's blocked and banished though. Nor, oh, was momentarily back at full strength. Gertrude, not quick enough to avoid Jody. Oh, and Manly trying to set up big exploding saplings, but here is Tamitha, who takes the win.
And what a crushing victory it was.
Game.
GG.
Let's end this night's
Those banishment
proceedings.
times, though.
For some long banishment times, yeah.
Until the next rite.
All right, and I think it's about time. We initiate the Liberation Rite protocols. Now, granted, we don't have all the mods installed, so it won't be quite the same. I suppose we'll go for it. Yeah, I mean, probably Will of the Scribes, to be honest. Unless we have... We could do whatever the song... Well, I mean, Will of the Scribes is kind of the Nightwing's theme anyway, so even by that metric, you also go Will of the Scribes. It's probably Will of the Scribes, is what I'm saying. Could go Knights of the Sea for Core. but it feels like Will describes as just the closest thing to never to return. I feel like that is the most appropriate for that reason. But anyways, this will be our liberation rite, our final rite of the night. So for that reason, no requests from chat, just going to have players finish things off in style. And I think we are good to go here. So let's make it happen.
Greetings, exiles. You stand upon the fall of Solium. Here you shall be tested by your adversary. Only the righteous shall emerge victorious. Pyre hearts, stand ready. Night wings, stand prepared. Who shall stand together?
Alright, so here we are
this night?
with our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. No requests from chat, both players just taking their preferred teams here. For Core, that means he'll begin with Gilman with Aura's Scale for the extra jumping distance. Anor will go Saluting Prayer Beads Pamitha. Core goes for the extra starting Pyre Life from Snadra. Anor will take Nutrition Stick on Volfred. Final pick for Core, and it is a Saluting Bertrude. Means he'll be able to transform all of Anor's exiles into defenseless howlers once during this match, giving him functionally a free score. Anor's final choice will be a Speedy Jodariel, and here we go, our final match of the night, our Liberation Rite. Core on the left representing the Pyre Hearts, Anor on the right representing the Nightwings. Best of luck to you both.
Well, now that was exciting. Someone there rose to the occasion. The Pyre Hearts are first to strike their adversary's flame. The orb. A bit of a blunder. All three Nightwings, poof. Why, that was rather bold. Now go! ambitious, aren't we? The Worm Knight somehow did it. A stifled effort. Oh. How very sad for the Pyre hearts. Do it! Done! Now to the flame. Vanished. Now that is how to snuff a flame. There. The orb sails forth into the flame. Good. Jodariel plunged into their pyre. Let's see you Nightwings keep this up. One triumvirate stands unopposed. A mere attempt. Why, that was all of them. There. Tough luck, Nightwings. Gilbin banished. Quite the close call there, no? That one almost got through. By the scribes. Once more like that and we are finished here. The bog crone dove into the flame. A rather cunning trick. Glory to the scribes. Come now, someone end this. Divine intervention. 'Tis too close to call who shall prevail as yet. There. The orb catches the flame. The Nightwings edge closer to victory. Battle banished.
And it is done.
The Pyre heart prevails.
GG.
Perhaps
Game
a stroke
really
of
close. I
fortune
forgot that you.
ought
I didn't
to
know
be
you had
thanked.
rekindling.
Ha.
The ceremony is complete.
All right. Well played, you two. And as we were saying, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you guys for participating in the matches, and thank you guys in chat for giving us the request today as well. I am going to duck out of Discord, but I will catch you guys later. And I would free them from Steam Remote Play, but it's not nearly as cursed as it once was, right? And I'm pretty sure they both just left. Yeah, look, they're gone. They're fine. They're fine. Let me just throw that on there. But as we were just saying, that was our final rite of the night. So thank you, those of you who participated in the rites, and thank you, those of you who gave us the requests today in chat as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which, let's see, my phone has just enough battery that I may still be able to do this. Oh, what did I do? There we go. Exclamation. Right. Club. That's not how you spell the word club. That's still not how you spell the word club. That's still not how... I've misspelled the word club the same way 3 times in a row. There we go. That's how you join the Rite Club Discord server if you want to do some more multiplayer Pyre stuffs. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights. Our streaming schedule is Friday nights is Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Saturdays is Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Sundays is, of course, Pyre multiplayer, Rite Nights. Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. Also doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher-themed card game, new expansion with a bunch of new cards that just came out a week or so ago, so lots of exciting stuff for us to explore there. Also just recently finished Thronebreaker, the Gwent campaign, so if you're interested in checking that stuff out, that stuff is all on YouTube. And if you haven't done so yet already, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification for when I go live. Just follow me on Twitter at LidsVids. I post there when I go live as well. But actually, the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is by joining my Discord, which, okay, hold on, break the phone back out, which you can join by, will I spell this word correctly? By clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll catch you next time. Okay, and why don't we see if there's anybody that we can raid? Let's check. Ideally of the Pyre playing variety. We're the only ones right now, though. So let's see, what do we usually go for next? I think we basically just go down the list. Down the list of Supergiant games. Starting with the least likely, and then to the most likely, like, we can definitely get a 80s person to raid if we want. Okay, but there is someone playing Bastion. There is someone playing Bastion, so maybe we raid them. Maybe we raid them then. Let's see. That requires that I spell their name right on a phone, which is potentially asking for too much from me. Let's see. I think I spelled that right. I think I did.